Hey everyone, it's Caitlin and welcome to another video. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can make some almond butter brownies. And instead of doing my normal intro, voiceover type things, I thought I would experiment a bit and try it with more of a cooking demo format. This is also a great recipe to do it because these brownies are so incredibly easy and you only need 8 ingredients to make them, and you can make them all in your blender or your food processor. So I have all of my ingredients already prepped and ready, and my oven is at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So let's just get started. So the first thing we're going to add to our food processor is some medjool dates. There are a lot of different ways to sweeten recipes, but you guys often request dates, and I have to say cooking with dates is actually pretty hard because they're very moist and dense, but luckily I like fudgy brownies, so these work perfectly in this recipe. So we need a cup of medjool dates, and I pitted mine and then I really packed them into the cup. And then I'm also going to add in a cup of almond butter. This helps make the brownies even more moist and add some fat to them without having to use any oil. And I know the almond butter is expensive, or it may be harder for some people to access, so you could easily use peanut butter or another nut or seed butter that you have on hand. Just a thing to keep in mind is that it is going to affect the final flavor of the recipe. So you'll have peanut butter brownies, but even if you have a nut allergy, you could use sunflower butter, or you could also use tahini if you like the taste of tahini. Next, I'm going to add in a flax egg. I just added a tablespoon of flaxseed with 3 tablespoons of water, and I soaked that until it got nice and thick. Then for our other liquidy type ingredient, we also have 1/3 of a cup of plant-based milk. So then for our dry ingredients, obviously we have to add chocolate to this in some way. We're also going to be adding chocolate chips, but I have some cacao powder right here. We also have some vanilla extract. And then for our last 2 ingredients, I have some baking powder, and last but not least, a little bit of salt. So the next step is really easy. We're just going to put the lid onto our food processor and blend this all until it forms an even consistency. Okay. This looks pretty even, but because my food processor is a little bit smaller, I'm just going to press the dough on the sides down a little more just to make sure there aren't any date pieces in there, and then blend it for a few more seconds to make sure everything is well incorporated. Okay, so we have our brownie batter. It is nice and fudgy and thick. But the last step is to add some chocolate chips, because you really can't have brownies without chocolate chips, guys. I'm using some dairy-free and vegan, obviously, chocolate chunks. But yeah, if you want to keep this refined sugar-free too, they do make some chocolate bars that are sweetened with coconut sugar or stevia. We're just going to put the lid on, and we're not going to blend these. We're just going to pulse them a few times until the chocolate chips become incorporated. All right, that is probably good. So then the next step is just to transfer this into a 9x9 pan. You can either grease it or line it. I lined mine, but really, like I said, you can do whatever you want. And then we're just going to spread it out evenly into the pan. And then once we do that, you can top it with some extra chocolate chips if you'd like. And then we're just going to bake it in the oven for 15 to 18 minutes. Also, PSA, don't forget to lick your spatula and your bowl or whatever you use to make brownies in, because the batter is really good, and that's one of the bonuses of cooking vegan food. There are no eggs in it, so you can eat it raw. To be honest, that didn't really stop me before I went vegan too, but I probably shouldn't admit that. So after about 15 minutes, your brownies are going to come out of the oven, and they may look a little bit undercooked, but that's actually totally okay. They're just a fudgier brownie. But the worst part is now that we have to wait until they completely cool in the pan before we cut them and serve them. So this might take a while, but if you're feeling impatient, you can always stick them in the fridge or the freezer to speed this up. But I wouldn't advise cutting them while they're still warm, because they need time to solidify in the pan, and they're going to be super mushy and really hard to handle if you are impatient. So it is now time, okay? The brownies cooled. I mean, they're pretty much cool. They're still kind of warm, but I was able to cut them, and it was totally good. I got myself a nice piece. This is actually a corner piece. A fun fact, I really don't like the corner pieces of brownies, and I think that the people who buy those S-shaped pans where every brownie hits corner edges are kind of the worst people ever. Just kidding, they're probably really nice, but they're not me. But these brownies are so fudgy and creamy that it does not really matter. So let's do a taste test. I got a giant bite of a chocolate chip, which is pretty much all you could ask for, really. These are so good. They're naturally sweetened from the dates, but I think that they taste pretty close to like my favorite brownies that I would eat as a kid. And also now I'm probably gonna have chocolate like all over my teeth and my face while I film this video outro. Oh, so good. You guys have to make these. Like 8 ingredients, pan of deliciousness. You can also put them in the freezer if you live by yourself and just thaw them and eat them occasionally, which is probably what I'm going to do after I finish filming this video, because otherwise I would just eat the whole pan in like 3 days, and that's probably not the best thing for me. Sometimes, or like somehow, if I put them in the freezer, I have more willpower. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really hope I don't have chocolate in my teeth because I'm just gonna film the outro. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below if you want me to film more videos in this style. And don't forget, I have the full recipe for these brownies linked on my website in the description. Also, if this is your first time seeing one of my videos and you like what you see here, feel free to hit that little subscribe button right down there. I post 2 new videos every single week. Other than that, I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day, whatever time of day it is for you, and I will see you in the next video. Now, I'm gonna go finish eating this brownie, so bye!
Our friend seems to be awakening. Where is this? Where am I? Do not be alarmed, my friend. My man Ivan found you out in the